What's going on, everybody? My name is Wesley Scott. You can call me Cop for short if you'd like. And in today's video, thanks for stopping by the way, we're gonna break down the editing process, the behind the scenes of this video. So this is going to be part 2 of a 2-part video series sort of thing. If you guys haven't seen part 1 about filming and getting your footage, go ahead and watch that for me and then come back. Now that you're here, we're going to go ahead and jump into the editing process. Go ahead and fire up Premiere Pro 2020 and we'll jump to the video. Okay, so we're here in Premiere Pro. What you're going to start out with, you're going to start up here in the Assembly tab. Go ahead and just start importing your footage. Just double click on the box and then start importing your footage. Go ahead and just spend some time organizing them in different files. Put your music where you want your music. Put your videos in the video file. This will save you a lot of time when you're deeper into the edit. You'll know where things are and just be a little bit more organized. It saves you a lot of time. So first things first is we're going to create a sequence, which I've already done here, but just so you guys know how to do it, file where you want to save your sequence. Right click. Go to New Item, Sequence. If you see a preset for what you shot in, go ahead and click on that. But if not, go over to Settings, go up to Custom here in the editing mode where you want to shoot at 24 frames a second or 23.976 depending on what your specific camera records in. Frame size is just going to be 1080 or 4K depending on what you shot in, which is going to be 1920 by 1080. And then just click your pixel ratio size at square pixels. Check that you have a 16:9 ratio, and then other than that, everything else should be good. Click OK, and then you have your new sequence, which will show up right here. But since I already have one, I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. And then moving forward, so go over to your footage that you have here now. So this is all the videos that I took. So I shot everything in 120 frames a second. Since our timeline is at 24 frames a second, so to slow everything down, what I'm gonna do is just highlight all my footage that I wanna use, just like that. Right click, go down to Modify, Interpret Footage, assume this frame rate, and then go ahead and type in the frame rate that my sequence is in. So 23.976, just like that. Press OK. And this is just gonna slow down all your footage. So now if you look at it, it's gonna be a lot longer, but it's also gonna all be done in slow motion, just like that, which is what we want. Go ahead and just grab all your footage that you wanna use, throw it down into the timeline, and then this is the fun part. Go over to your editing tab, and yours might look a little bit different, but same principle. You're just gonna be going through each clip, just like this, and finding and selecting your favorite and best clips that you shot. Go ahead and just go through all your footage, find out what looks best. It's a long, tedious process, but it is really the best way to go through all your footage and make sure you're getting the best of the best shots. Once you have all your clips down that you chose, that you like, some of your favorites, just like this, you're gonna go ahead and bring in your music and start editing down your clips and readjusting them to fit in the music, so it just meshes pretty well, and it cuts on the beats and stuff like that. Pretty simple editing techniques, but just so you're just readjusting everything just like that. So what I want to cover real quick, what will really help these tripod static shots to really come to life, is we're going to apply a speed ramp and zoom in or out or left or right, up or down. So it's super simple. I just brought over one clip so you guys can see super easily, and then you can apply it to the rest of your clips as you wish. So first off, we're gonna start out with a speed ramp. So for example, where I could use this is in this clip, the subject gets pretty dark while the light still kind of takes a while to fade away. So what I might want to do is do a speed ramp so I can move to the next clip. So I can use this entire clip but move to the next video quickly. Go ahead and just expand your video just a little bit so you can see. Go ahead and go over to this FX tab, right click, time remap, speed. Go ahead and just find where you want that speed ramp to start. Just click P on your keyboard. This is gonna bring up your pen tool. Go ahead and mark that spot. It's gonna throw down a little pin just like that. Click V to go back to your selection tool. And then on the right side of that pin, go ahead and just drag all the way up. The further you drag, the faster the clip will be going. So I'm gonna go up to about just around 400% for now. Should be good. And this will shorten your clip because it's moving faster. Watch it back, and it quickly moves on to the end of the clip. So to make this a little bit smoother and to make more of a ramp, click on this right side of the tab and go ahead and just drag it out for the length. This is gonna essentially ramp up your speed in more of a smoother motion so it's not so jarring. So go ahead and watch that back a little bit smoother, just like that. And then you can go ahead and shorten the clip just like that. That's a speed ramp. You can do them anywhere in your clips. It's a great way to transition between clips and adjust to fit to the music and everything like that. So let's move on to the zoom in and zoom out. So zoom in and zoom out, super easy. All you're gonna do is select your clip, go ahead and bring the timeline bar all the way to the front of your clip, just like that. Go up to Effects Control, click the stopwatch next to Scale. This is gonna drop down a keyframe. Drag your timeline bar all the way to the end of your clip, and then you're just gonna change the scale to 110. You don't wanna go more than 110 usually. A little bit of movement goes a long way. So go ahead and click Enter, and this is gonna drop down another keyframe at the end. So what this is doing, as you go through the clip, it's gonna be scaling in to the video. I'll go ahead and play it back. As you can see, it just zooms in just a little bit, just like that. So this is a great way to add a little bit of movement to your video. And the last movement, left to right or up or down or something, super easy. Great way to adjust and make your clips pop from a tripod shot. The same principle, double click on your clip again, Effects Control, go over to Scale. You're gonna zoom in 105, just a tiny bit. Go up to Position, click on that little stopwatch next to Position. Slide your clip all the way over until you start seeing a black bar. And then go ahead and just slide it back all the way until that black bar disappears, just like that. Awesome. Click on that little keyframe and just slide it all the way over to the front of your clip. And then basically the same thing, you're gonna do it again. You're just gonna go the other direction. So you start seeing a little black bar, back it off just a little bit. Boom. And then take that keyframe, slide it to the very end of the clip. And this will just bring your clip a little bit left to right, just like that. Just so you have a little bit of movement in that clip, just gives a little bit more life and pop and cinematic value to the clip. After that, you can just apply those tips all the way through your clips, make sure it lines up with the music and it matches well and everything like that. You want these to add to your clips, not quite overpower them, so just add where they look best and make sure it flows with the music well. But other than that, go ahead and just put your favorite color grade down, make sure it's a little bit more contrasted than usual, just so it darkens out the background. But other than that, guys, go ahead and just watch it all the way through, make sure you're happy with it, export it, and then that is how you film epic product B-roll. I encourage you guys to go try this for yourself if you have a little bit of extra free time. It's a super fun, unique way to get some product B-roll. Other than that though, go push yourself to create something new today, drink some coffee, hit that like button and subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave comments down below of what you thought of this video and future videos you'd like to see from my channel. With that said, we'll talk later.